Our first game here at James Morgan Reserve has Merrylands taking on St. Ives. The starting seven for the Saints is Solomon Tuisau, Tua Partea, Israel Lingavatu, King Manu, Tukana Sorkuru, Liam Walsh and Joseph Emery. The impact players off the bench, Josefa Tuinayau, Lorima Sorkuru, Natava Taliai, Sevaloni Satala, JJ Taliai, Daniele Tailasa, Jeremiah Tuisau and Kamasesi Tungalo waiting in the wings. So just about set to get underway here in our first game of the afternoon in this open age boys competition in the Sydney Juniors Spring Sevens. Merrylands running uphill against the wind from right to left in your screen. St. Ives in the blue and gold running from left to right. Merrylands get us underway with the kickoff, and they actually recover their own kickoff and will have first use of the Gilbert in this 7-a-side contest. Strong tackle there by the 25, Joseph Emery. Merrylands trying to find a gap, and they go back midfield and flick the ball around over the top. And the pass has been blown forward by our referee. So St. Ives will survive the opening attack and will pack out a scrum about 35 away from their own line. Scrum packed, short-handed, of course, 3-on-3 in sevens. And down the far sideline goes the number 9, Tua Partea. Cuts back inside, has support, may not need it. And St. Ives will be the first ones on the scoreboard at St. Ives 5. Merrylands yet to score with the kick to come. And we'll see if it's the customary one behind the uprights, and it is. And the conversion is successful. It's 7 points to 0. In favour of St. Ives. Converted, I think, by the try scorer, Partea. And in 7-a-side, of course, it is scorer kicks off. So Merrylands should have another chance with the Gilbert here, having thrown the ball forward and conceded possession early on. Bring it out of their own 22, and it's knocked backwards. Referee will allow us to play on here. Trying to find a way through this defensive line. Runs into a tackle from Liam Walsh in the 14. Get over the ball and secure it, and then it's put down, and that's a knock on and the advantage. And it's Partea again, going outside to the 11, King Manu. Walsh again. Still with the advantage, and they will make full use of it here, St. Ives. Quick out of the blocks and make it 12-0 with the kick to come in very short turnaround here. Referee's not even going to have a look at the conversion. Are we even playing conversions? Well, he hasn't attempted the kick. Perhaps that keeps us at 10-0. Interesting to see what happens at the end of this game, what the official score can't say. But in any case, Merrylands with it now, turning the ball through the back line out to the winger, who cuts back inside and is wrapped up by Solomon Tuisau. Plays it to himself, referee allows it. Still deep in their 22, Merrylands had an opening attacking opportunity beyond the halfway line, but have been pinned firmly down this end for the remainder of this opening half. Flick pass, a little bit of desperation now and almost playing touch football here, just trying to avoid getting tackled. The flick pass out the back, and the AR's almost put his flag up there, but keeps it down. Big Harbour Bridge pass over the top, thrown the wrong side of the hands there. They're finally out of their own quarter towards the 10-metre line, but still short. And it's a high tackle penalty with this new interpretation. And Merrylands a slight reprieve, the option of kicking for touch or the tap here. They hand it off to their number 9, who's just going to look for the sideline. Finds it comfortably and gets out of trouble for the time being. Right into the forward half they go. pretty much back in line with where they coughed up possession in the first phases of play. Overthrown, but the bounce is almost kind, and it's an inadvertent charge down off the shin. Merrylands go behind their own 50 metre, or behind 50 again, I should say. And it's picked up by St. Ives and wrapped up over the shoulder is the 12, Tukana Sorkuru. Through the hands now and outside to Israel Lingavatu. And Lingavatu is only going to be beaten by the corner flag, and he does well to stay in. Is going to bring it under the uprights. Pops it down. It's 15-0 St. Ives. 3 unanswered tries in the opening 5 minutes of this game. And the blue and gold, the former Northern Saints, have returned to the St. Ives name. And these open men's side right now, open junior side I should say, doing those proud colours very proud. Deep kickoff there by Tukana Sorkuru again. Another lofty, wide pass thrown out of their own quarter by Merrylands. About 30 away from their own line. The southern end. James Morgan reserve, it's been turned over, and there's another opportunity for St. Ives. Unselfish out to Sevuloni Satala. And it's another try, and they've brought up four in the opening 6 minutes. It's happening so quick I'm getting my tongue tied, but it's 20 points to 0 St. Ives. And it's a damaging first half with the ball in hand. Plenty of players sharing in the spoils as well. Certainly not a selfish team. Some might say everyone eats. This kickoff bounces into touch. With about 30 seconds left in this opening half. The damage well and truly being done. And we talk about being saved by the bell in boxing, or Merrylands might be saved by the horn, assuming they get to half-time relatively unscathed. Over the top, and it's stolen by St. Ives, looking for try number 5, almost intercepted. It won't be though, and it's the number 20, Daniela Tailasa, who's going to dot down for try number 5 in the opening 7, and that brings up half-time. At the break, it's St. Ives 25, Merrylands under 18 still yet to score. Second half about to get underway, and Merrylands have been slow out of the gate. St. Ives quite the opposite. 5 tries in the opening 7 minutes, and have ramped up the score to 25 points to 0. Going to be Lorima Sorkuru to kick us off here for our second 7 minutes. St. Ives go relatively deep, but it hangs up in the wind, and they almost recover it. And it's going to be an advantage, and indeed a knock on. Who will get the scrum? The referee says St. Ives. Almost the exact spot of that early turnover to Merrylands, which has seen St. Ives run away with this one. You might even call it a light jog. Beat by Jeremiah Tuisau. Referee will reset the scrum. Players claiming an early push. 3-player scrums in 7s. Jeremiah Tuisau again to feed it. Trying to trap the ball, and it's tight-headed and stolen away by Merrylands. And eventually that scrum disengages, and Merrylands right over halfway. And it's another high tackle penalty. Players have to keep it below the sternum now. Going down that far sideline looking for something, and they end up being tackled in midfield. Still trying to exploit a gap here, but at the moment, well, there you go. It's gone over the head to the number 10, who's just about going to stay in the field of play. Pops it back inside. Hard to tell with the crown of this ground. over the 22-metre line now. Merrylands looking for their opening points of this one. Gonna have to get their skates on. They're already at the point they have to go a try a minute, we believe. And that's not gonna help. Not releasing, they've turned it over, and it's a penalty to St. Ives. As we approach the 5 minutes remaining mark, St. Ives looking to run up the score a little bit here. Side steps, cuts back inside, about 6 or 7 in from touch and through the hands again. Passed away by Lorima Sokuru. And then knocked on, and it will be Merrylands with the advantage here. Untidy out the back, and good run and a good few don't argues, and offloaded away. The 9 is through, and Merrylands are gonna trouble the scorekeeper for the first time. Merrylands 5, St. Ives 25, kick to come. Well, no, in fact. It's a line dropout. They've fluffed their lines big time there. So no score. St. Ives will have the goal line dropout that's going to hang in the wind had it broken the 5. Well, there you go. Merrylands finally get the score on the board. And now it is Merrylands 5, St. Ives 25. And again, no kick offered by our referee. So it's a 20-point gap with under 4 minutes remaining, still at the point where you basically have to put 5-pointers on the board back to back to back to back. St. Ives eventually getting their line set here, trying to form up, and it's a wind-assisted deep kickoff and thinks about clearing for touch, but decides against it. Broken line for both sides. Off the kick, off a big overhead pass now, and streaking away towards the corner. Awkward tackle, goes to ground, and still with it, St. Ives keeping it alive through the hands, looking for a gap up the middle. Lorima Sukuru has space, has numbers outside him, is going to throw the pass outside to Jeremy Tuasau, who can't find the handle on it, keeps it in, but the foot was in touch. Well, St. Ives are smiling, the referee's smiling. I'll tell you who's not smiling, Merrylands. They know they could have been in even deeper water there. They don't quite see the bright side of it, and it's hard to blame them. It's a 20-point gap with 2.5 minutes remaining in this first fixture of the afternoon for St. Ives. No real urgence to throw this line out in. They go underhand again, seeing it a bit more lately. It's a knock-on advantage as the wind picks up, and St. Ives obliging with ball in hand and through the hands. And Sevuloni Sotala receives a penalty for a high tackle, and show and go there. And back out they go to Sotala, who dots it down, and it's 30 points to 5 with only 2 minutes remaining. So plenty of points in this St. Ives under-18 squad, in this open side. Merrylands, well, it's been one-way traffic since that early turnover, and St. Ives have run away with it. They've taken that opportunity and have been ruthless with ball in hand. Kicked off by Daniela Tailasa, my apologies. And received by Merrylands, then knocked backwards and then maybe knocked forwards, and it is. As we head towards the final 60 seconds of this one. St. Ives have scored more than 2 points a minute, even if they put the cue in the rack for the last 60 seconds. Wind still howling here at James Morgan Reserve. And when the wind's not howling, it feels like about 40 degrees. I wonder how the players are feeling after that one. It's been only a bit of a light trot from St. Ives. I don't think we've seen the best of them yet, but out they go through their hands to Taliai and outside to Tukana Sokuru, who is going to put an exclamation point on the game. And with 30 seconds left, it's 35 points to 5. And the referee has seen enough, and that brings up full time. And at the end of this one, it's St. Ives 35 defeating Merrylands 5. I don't think we've seen the best of either team so far, and it goes to show you how quickly a game can turn in sevens. But at the end of game one, the blue and gold St. Ives runaway winners over Merrylands.